Que lo que, mi gente? Que lo que, mi gente? ¿Qué pasa contigo? Yes. So, it's almost 10:30. When I see that no one is live. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I can understand it. I can dig it. I can dig it. Well, I didn't really do too much today neither. I didn't do too many videos, did I? No. Probably only did like 2 or 3. Then I went out. So, but yeah. Uh-uh. We're still in February. We're still in Black History Month. I don't know what it means for everyone. You know what? Black History Month is so short. I don't acknowledge Black History Month. As far as I'm concerned, Black History Month is every day of the year. Yes. Yes. And I really don't like to discuss Black history because it's all depressing anyway. Who wants to get depressed? Who wants to talk about slavery? Who wants to talk about Jim Crow and all that other stuff? I don't. I mean, I remember when I was in Job Corps, they took us, because they used to take us on, field trips sometime. And one of the main places they used to always take us to, it was that Lorraine Motel museum. And when you go through there, you see the bus, one of the buses from that time period. Then you would see Martin Luther King up there giving his speeches and so forth and so on. And they even have his old jail cell up in that museum. I don't know how many people have ever been to that one. And then you got other different Black history museums. They're building one right here in Charleston, South Carolina. Or they finished with that, because last time I was over there was like maybe over a year ago. And I wasn't there to participate in any of the classes. I was there to work. Yeah, they had us coming out there, putting up the signs and all that, and because they were still working on that building. And I was like, oh my goodness. They have so many different museums, so it's crazy. Oh my goodness. But I can understand why people want to live in the past. I could clearly understand why they want to do that. The past is part of their present and future. I get it. When I was living in New York, we have another museum. I mean, it's so many different museums. And then you got, people making movies all the time. I find it very interesting that they did do that movie concerning Harriet Tubman. I do remember them doing that movie. I remember before Miss Cicely Tyson died, she played Harriet Tubman. This was like back during the 70s though. But that new movie they came out with, and they was talking about Harriet Tubman, that was a good one. It puts me in the mind frame of Django, and I love that movie as well. So it's very, very impressive. those movies. Yeah. They didn't really do too many movies this year concerning anything with history. They did maybe one, and we don't want to talk about that movie because it's just too depressing. Too depressing. I remember when I was living in New York, I used to always visit all the libraries. All the libraries. And there were some days I would be in that library and I would be on those computers. And I remember when I moved to Greenville, South Carolina, I was always in the library. When I lived downtown in Charleston, South Carolina, I was always in the library. Always there. Not so much too much this year of me been going to the library. I used to love to go to the different bookstores. So I'm kind of like a nerd, a geek. I believe in educating myself. I mean, what's wrong with that? You know? You don't know everything, so you just try to learn what you can along the way. I'll be older this year, so I'll be 50. And I still continue to enjoy being educated or enjoy learning new things. I enjoy that. When I was younger, we used to always read the newspaper. Yeah. Because the adoptive father I had, he used to like to stay current with current events. And he would always be interested in looking at all those sports on TV. You had baseball, you had football, you had basketball, you had soccer, you had golf tournament. He was always interested in watching those types of programs. And I guess those things stuck with me all these years. So, yeah, ain't too much going on YouTube right now. I did watch another video around what time did I see that? It had to have been around 4:30. And I was, taken back a little bit. I didn't expect that. And but I have to say, and I appreciate people keeping it real and keeping it honest, because you do have a lot of different channels where they do debate each other. I thought it was just our sector of YouTube and the beef sector, oh my God, I'm getting into that sector of YouTube, and it's totally different from what I'm used to. And then I like to watch my language stations and stuff like that. But it's so interesting. It is so interesting. Yeah. You don't know everything, so you learn as you go. And I appreciate it. Oh, yes, I do. I appreciate everyone on YouTube, even in our sector. I mean, I appreciate everyone. I don't agree with a lot of shit that's going on, because I think certain things that people are doing is completely fucked up and wrong. Yeah. And I don't understand why people are like the way they are when it comes to like being free and being, living in your own truth at your own time, in your own space. You're not fucking with nobody, but like 10 million people are just piling up trying to get to you. It's ridiculous. And we know it's the internet. No one can come through the computer screen and fuck with you. You know what I mean? They can fuck with you doing different videos and stuff, but it is what it is. You know? Certain people you agree with, other people you don't agree with. That's just life. You go on a job, it's the same thing. You might go in a department store somewhere and you'll run across people you just do not agree with, and it's up to you on how you handle it. And I look and I'm saying to myself, yo, this is crazy. But I remember when I first came to social media, well, it was years ago, but like I said, when I first came out, we had Black Planet. And I don't know if anyone remembers that particular website. But we had a lot going on with that. And then you had, I think there was other things. And I always stayed in my emails. For some reason, I used to always run to my email. Now, this year, I have to go to an email address that I have not, visited in over a year now. I'm like trying to remember everything. It's kind of hard to remember things because you do so much at such a fast pace. I'm like, damn. Today, I think, it's almost the end of the week. So I have to move very quickly and precisely and make up my mind about what I'm going to do next. But it is what it is. My skies, my friends, my enemies. It's all good. Peace out, New York Love.